Hello everyone, I am Komal Mehta, teaching as an assistant professor in CSC department in St. Andrew Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. Today, we will move further in the course of system analysis and designing. So here the topics are: what do you mean by a system analyst and what are their skills? With they have some specific roles to perform. So what are these roles? Let's start. So firstly, what do you mean by a system analyst? A system analyst is a person responsible for development of the software and hardware solution to the efficient working of the organization. As the name suggests, analyst means observing everything, whether everything is going right way or no. So we can say analysts study the environment and the problems of an organization to determine whether a new information method can provide solution to that problem or not. That means whether the new criteria is better for the organization or not. If it is better, then observe that, and if it is not in appropriate manner, then what is the better outcome of that particular way. So we can say the main job of system analyst is to provide right type of information in right quantity at a right time in post effective manner to the management or the end user. That means the everything in a appropriate manner at appropriate duration with appropriate quantity is done with the help of system analyst. So system analysts have some skills. These are the interpersonal skills and some technical skills. So in interpersonal skills, these all are connected, and in technicals, these are the as mentioned in the diagram. So interpersonal skills includes communication, understanding, teaching, and selling. Here the communication means not just a report, telephone conversation, and the interview. It is a people talking, listening, feeling, and reacting to one another, their experience and their reactions. That means whether they want to share anything, they can through with the help of communication. The opening communication channel are must be for the system development. For example, in one classroom, one debate is necessary or one doubt lecture is necessary to communicate with student and a teacher. After that, next one is understanding. It means identifying the problem and accessing the grasp of company goals and objectives and showing the sensitivity to impact of the system on the people at a work. It means whether they are getting the new system in appropriate way or no. So if they are finding any problems, and then what are the problems, how can we overcome that? This is the role of system analyst, and this role is included in interpersonal skill. After that, teaching. It means educating the people in use of computer system, selling the system to the user, and give support whenever needed. That means knowledge about system is given by this way. If some new thing is come in the organization, then how can that will operate, or how can we perform with that particular new system? This is all about teaching criteria. Next one is selling. Selling means selling the ideas and promoting innovations in problem solving using a computer. How we can communicate with the client. That is the selling point of view. After that, the technical skills. Technical skills includes creativity that helps user models ideas into concrete plan and developing candidate system to match the user requirement. Next one is problem solving. It reduces the problem to their element level for analysis and developing alternative solution to the given problem. There are many solutions for a single problem. So how can we solve that problem in a easiest way? is done in this part. Next one is project management. That means how to schedule a program, how to perform well under the time constraint, how to coordinate with a team, how to manage the cost and expenditure. All this include in a project management as its name suggests. Next one is dynamic interface. It includes technical and non-technical consideration in functional specification and the general designing. That means how technical and non-technical consideration will be done at a runtime. Then it is dynamic interface. Next one is questioning aptitude. That means knowing the what, when, why, where, who, and how the system works. All the W family words included in this one. It means we have to aware about everything: how, what, when, why, where, all these. Next one and last one is knowledge. Knowledge of the basics of computer and the business function. So these are the skills included in system analyst. Next one is how system analysts work. What is the process of this one? Firstly, in every life cycle, there must be some planning. After that, we can execute any plan. So after planning, there is analysis will be done. And after analysis, the designing must be required. When the designing is complete, then we have to implement that design to overcome the problem. And once the implementation is done, we will check whether everything is going in appropriate way or not. That is after feedback, then maintenance. If there is anything required, then we will move further in a same manner. So we can say planning, analysis, designing, implementation, and maintenance. These all are the phases of the system analyst. Now we have interpersonal skills and a technical skills, and there are multiple phases of a system analyst. So how these skills work in each phase, this is mentioned with the help of this diagram. So here you can see one line is for technical skill and one is for interpersonal skill. In the horizontal form, I mentioned the phases: analysis phase, designing phase, implementation phase, and the maintenance phase. In vertical way, we are mentioning here is the how the increasing manner. Okay, so we can observe from here that during analysis phase, there is a greater need of interpersonal skill in comparison of the technical skill. Here is the starting point of interpersonal skill, and it will go down at the analysis phase. When the analysis phase is completed, interpersonal skill goes decreasing and the technical skills moves increasing. So in analysis phase, we can say there is greater need of interpersonal skills. Working, why so? Because working with the user to determine what the requirement and translate them into design criteria is done in this manner. After during the designing phase, the major thrust is to develop the design of the candidate system. So we can say here the effect of interpersonal skill goes decreasing and the technical skill goes increasing. During program construction, coding and testing are carried out with some participation. Right. During the system implementation phase, technical and interpersonal skills converge. They both converge here. You can see here they converge. The technical skill aspect focus on proving the software and preparing for the final conversions of a file and the documentation. And the interpersonal skills deal with user training and selling the user on the benefit. So both have to do their work. That's why they both converge here. Technical skill will do their task and interpersonal skills will do their task. During the maintenance phase, the stage role of analyst drop off. You can see here the analyst in the maintenance phase, the role of analyst drop here, or both of these moves downward. Right. X here, one thing you have to focus about that convergence part. The convergence will be done at a implementation phase, and initially there is technical skills required, and at the end they both get drop off. I hope this graph clears all the phases with their skills. Next, The role of system analyst. There are multiple roles system analyst will perform. As the name suggests, the analysis is done. The whole process when do work, the analyst will do with simultaneously, parallelly with all the phases. So there are multiple roles of a system analyst, such as defining IT requirement of the organization, gathering data and facts, analyzing the problem, if there is problem then problem solving in what manner, drawing the specifications, how to design, evaluation, setting the priorities among the requirements, because it can be possible there is multiple requirements at a single time but we don't have that much resources. So all these are the roles of system analyst. Let's discuss in detail. First one is defining IT requirements of the organization. The most important and difficult task of the analyst is to understand the organization requirement information. It's completely right, because I already discussed in my SDLC video that requirement phase is the most important phase, because once the requirement is done, we have to know about the implementation phase. We have not required anything else because we are done with the documentation phase, right? So firstly we must need to know about what are the requirements of the organization. It includes interviewing user, finding out what information is they are using in a current system, currently what we have and what we don't have. We must aware about that one also. Once the requirement is done, now whatever we have not available, then we have to gather that data. So to gathering data, second role is gathering data or a fact. For gathering data, written documents are important because the document represent the formal information flow in the system. The analysts study documents such as input form, output record, invoice to understand how data pass from one place to another. That means from past area to present area, whatever we are required, how they move. In the example of lecturer, let us suppose I am teaching you but I don't have book for teach you, then I need book. So I have to go for library for that, so that I can issue that particular book. But if it is not available in library, then how can I will manage? So I will put requirement list of that particular book to my HOD, and then she will forward further, and the whole process is done in this sequence. So firstly I must know about the requirement. Once the requirement is done, now I am gathering the data that I don't have. After gathering the data, now I am analyzing the problem, whether the working of current system and analysis, and to find out to what extent it meet the user need. It means I have currently some data about your subject, right? But I don't have book. Then I'm telling to my HOD that I need that particular book because I don't have that much content. So she will revert me that firstly show me whatever you have. If it is sufficient for the students, then why we borrow that particular book, right? So after requirement phase will be done, then analysis is done with the help of current system. Whatever we have in a current system is required or not, or if it is not required, then at what extent it meet the user requirements. So after analyzing, setting priorities amongst the requirement. In the organization there are many type of users. Each user have different type of information needs. It may be possible to satisfy the requirement of everyone due to limited availability of resources, so it is necessary to give the priority, right? The priorities are set on the basis of urgency and the importance of user need. So about the priority, I am taking one example of teaching criteria. Let us suppose I am teaching in two subjects in different classes. One have a exam tomorrow and one have a exam day after tomorrow. If they both have doubt, then I'll definitely clear the doubts of the student who have exam tomorrow, right? After that, I'll focus on the second one student who have exam day after tomorrow. So I am setting the priority on the basis of timing of their exams duration, right? So in because the resources are limited, because I am only one who can solve their exam, solve their issues. So we can say resources are limited, but we have to manage both the data. I have to solve the solution of both the students. So that's why I will manage my timing in the basis of priority scheduling. So I'll first prioritize the student who have exam tomorrow, will definitely be the first one, and the rest, second one is the one that have exam day after tomorrow. So in this way I am prioritizing or setting the priority, right? After that, the next step is problem solving. That means next role is problem solving. To solve the problem, whenever anyone face the any problem, whether it is IT department problem, whether it is management problem, or anyone else, the system analyst will definitely solve that particular problem with so many solutions. If the problem is not solved with the help of solutions, then he or she will manage or arrange any alternatives for that problem. Next one is drawing the specification. The analyst obtain the input and the output specification for optimal functioning of the system to be developed. As the name specified, system analyst must have to give the result in optimal way. He or she have to manage the organization in appropriate manner. So the specification must be optimal. Next one is designing the system. Once the specifications are accepted by the management, the analyst get into the design of the system. Once it will done with particular phase, that is specification will be done, then he will go to the management that these all are the specifications, whether you allow all these or not. If management will allow that, then he move to the next phase, that is designing phase. And once the designing will be done, he will move to the implementation phase and provide the requirements whatever they are required. The analyst must be aware of the latest design tool for the system design. So the analyst, also known as architect. In let us suppose one example, I'm again taking that I want to construct my house, but I want a blueprint first, because there are many ways to construct the house. One is the old way, one is the currently, and one is the Porsche area. Let us suppose my house is in sector, so how can I build that particular? I have to left out space in front, in backward, in both ways. So uh, the whole process is managed by the architect in example of the constructing of house. So in similar way, in the system designing, we can say the architect as a system analyst, because he is the manageable person. He is the main management of the whole system. They manage all the data requirement and the specifications. Once the whole process is done, implementation will be done, designing will be done, the evaluation process will be focused. An analyst must critically test the performance of the design data with the specifications. It means the way I created the new one is appropriate or no, and what is the performance of that one, and how it varies from the existing one. These all are focused by the system analyst in evaluating process, and it must be of positive manner, because it is similar to the feedback. If the evaluation goes a higher rating, then it means the most effective way in instead of the previous one. These all are the main roles of the system analyst. So this is all about the system analyst. These are the some short key points that I focused in this video, that what is analyst, what are the types of skills, and subtypes as well. It means interpersonal skills include some criteria, technical skills include some other. So all these I mentioned here. With the help of diagram, I mentioned the phases as well, and what are the roles of the system analyst. So I hope system analyst concept is clear to all of you. This is all about today. Thank you.